sorry I'm late, ladies and gentlemen. A good friend of mine's husband passed away suddenly and had to attend the wake this evening. My name is J.B. McCuskey. I'm running for state auditor. In just 2 minutes, let me just tell you a couple reasons why I'm running for office, and specifically why I'm running for auditor. As a delegate in the legislature, it became evident to me that our state government doesn't treat your money with the same respect that they hopefully treat you as individuals. And we've lost sight of the fact that every single penny that comes into our state government is yours. It's yours from the minute that you make it to the minute that you spend it. And it's been my mission as a public servant to treat your money as you would treat it. And I think that as the auditor, I'll have a unique ability to bring my ideals of smaller, more efficient government, along with the respect for the people who made that money to our state government. Because as we've seen, we have real budget challenges. And in my opinion, sometimes our solutions are cut short by the bureaucracies of the capital. And the solution really needs to be better government, not necessarily always less government. Because sometimes we cut things that don't need to be cut, or shouldn't be. I think if we can work on some efficiencies, that's going to be a much better way for us to spend the money. And from a personal standpoint, people ask me a lot as a young person, why are you investing your time in West Virginia right now? We have a 19-month-old baby, a brand new business, and I'm a practicing lawyer in Charleston. And my biggest frustration is that we don't tell our story of our state very well at all. I think that we have a set of values here. We have a group of people here that are unique and amazing in this country. And until we start emphasizing the positive things about where we live, we're never going to get the people to move here that we want to come back. And so I really try to go around the state and tell the positive story about West Virginia, tell the things that we do right here. We do a lot of things right. And I'm really excited to be here, and I appreciate you guys putting this on. Thank you.
Do we have any other questions from the audience at this time? Robin,
Rob.
My wife's the president of the teachers union here in Boone County, American Federation of Teachers. The county's going through another budget crisis. Looks like we're running out of money towards the end of the school year. Boone County, located in the southern part of West Virginia, has kept West Virginia afloat for nearly 100 years, sending tax money to Charleston. Now the coal fields and the educators in this area need your help. I understand the bailout we got last year to help make the budget and get the paychecks out. But it looks like it's going to end up possibly later in the school year running into the same thing. And I think that money that came down from Charleston is a loan and has to be paid back. I think we need an infusion of money and a major investment in the education of West Virginia because our future rests with having highly educated students who are ready to join the workforce. And if you've got a situation in Boone County and other counties where the teachers are taking a $4,000 paycheck, cut, lost their dental and their optical, these teachers now, many of them are better teachers, fleeing Boone County and fleeing West Virginia. I understand there's something like 600 openings statewide now for teachers. I know in one school in McDowell County, over half the people teaching or teaching in commit were not originally educated as teachers. So we've got an education crisis, and we need the county and the state all to work together to get the schools funded and good teachers in the classroom. I'd like your comments on what you're going to do to bring this about. Thank you.
and we'll direct that question to anyone who would like to respond to it.
I came in last, but I'll start. So the state auditor is what's called the Commissioner of Delinquent Lands in West Virginia. And so one of the jobs of the state auditor is to ensure that property that the taxes aren't being paid on it is sold, and sold quickly and efficiently so that the tax revenue that comes from property taxes is returned to the counties. This is a wildly important function that you guys have seen here, particularly with the war on coal and the way that property is being used differently, and in many cases not being used at all. My background is in property transactional law, and we have a significant amount of plans to ensure new ways of getting this property sold more quickly so that there's a seamless sales, so that the counties are not seeing nearly as much of a drop off in the tax revenue. From the auditor standpoint, that's really, really important function, and it's something that I take very seriously, and it's something that I think that my background helps me to be prepared for. Thank you.
I'd like to weigh in on that one too, just a little. That's okay. I think they can hear me pretty good, Jackie. Your county pays your teachers and educators, and property tax values is done through the assessor of Boone County. And as long as you give corporations, out-of-state corporations, benefits above your people, and you give them tax breaks, all the corporations that are, say, from another state like Arkansas, like Walmart, all those proceeds, all those benefits go back to that state, to that corporation. You've got corporations of land holdings. It's not empty land. It's land you can do nothing with, and they only pay $1 an acre when you're paying dollars. Like I said, you got laws that you've been kind of blindsided by. Law says that each piece of property shall be valued the same, equal and uniform. That is the law. Why do they get a break when they've got the pocket full of money sitting in Washington, D.C., and these corporations and the people get the check? No, let's tax the corporation. Let's give our teachers what they deserve. Let's get their pensions back where they belong and give them their medicine. And those corporations with all those billions making it off of Boone Countyans here can give them back. Huh? They don't need that. My people here need that. It's time my people get a fair shake. I'm not your average politician. I've never been one. But I know when you get cooked, and our teachers deserve better than that. Our policemen deserve better than that. Thank you.
This thing on? Thanks. That's a very good question. My mother is a school teacher here in Boone County, and it's something that I've dealt with in my family as well. And, I've had actually many teachers in my family. My aunt teaches school, so I understand your concern. The argument in Charleston with the quote-unquote bill, I don't look at it that way, that you referred to was a heated topic during the special session, and I've had the honor of serving as the chair of the House Committee on Veteran Affairs and a delegate for this area. And the argument that I took was exactly what you said, that the rest of West Virginia has been built off the backs of the people in this county for so long. All severance money went to the northern part of the state, and then when we asked for a little bit of help, all of a sudden nobody wants to do that. And it was quite hypocritical. I do have to give my friend Mr. McCuskey a hand. He helped me out. Not only did I give 3 or 4 floor speeches about that, I had to take a trip to Spain to meet with the economic advisor to the president of Spain. And JB actually gave a speech on my behalf, and we eventually got it through. Mr. Moffitt did as well. But the answer, if we're going to be real, if we're going to say what the real answer is that we're going to have to create other industries, other business, in addition to the coal jobs that we have here to generate more tax revenue for the area. The answer is not to tax people at a higher rate. The answer is to create more taxpayers. And in order to do that, we're going to have a county government that is willing to go out, to reach out, to market this area to the rest of the world, to tell them how this is a great place to live and do business. Our county commission has zero clue how to market what we have. They haven't done it, they've never done it, they're not going to do it. The answer to it is create more taxpayers here. That's what we have to do.
It's a great question. Education is obviously a huge issue that's affecting not only Boone County, but I'm also very concerned about Fayette County and the Eastern End are facing some very, very similar challenges. Now, coming from Washington right now, the Democratic Party has put together 2 plans that are going to be a very big asset to Boone County. The first one is the Coalfield Revitalization Project. It's a $30 billion plan that has been designed to infuse money into this part of the country. West Virginia, I feel, he's a voice in Washington, D.C. They can try to go out and fight for every penny of that to bring it back in here and make good investments in not only infrastructure, but also education, making sure that you get those dollars as well. Currently, there's also a plan, and the name is escaping me right now, but it's basically dedicated toward poor urban schools as they exist right now. My goal would be to take a very, very similar plan to the one that we have focused on urban areas, and also bring that down to this part of the country as well. I think that's something that we can do. But I think really what it takes is understanding that yes, children are our most valuable resource in this state, and that teachers are responsible for that resource. So just understand that yes, we have plans that are available. As a Democrat, I'm going to go out and fight for those plans. And as a West Virginian, I'm going to make sure that every penny comes in here and is basically spent on a great investment, which is our teachers and essentially our children in future generations.
Thank you for the question. Working in the public school system, I get this question a lot. I see teachers that are struggling. Because also taking the fact that a lot of teachers, it used to be a secondary income, where you had a coal miner working, or you had a lineman, and you had a secondary income coming in too. And now we see a lot of households just living on that one income. PEI has been a disaster. That's the number one thing they also talk about. PEI. How we would fix that is just like the gentleman behind me said, Mr. Nelson, it's really creating a structure of a business environment for getting tax revenue going. Do I think we're underpaid? Absolutely. Am I going to promise you that I can go up there and raise and pay $5,000? No. But it has to be on the table because teachers are leaving, just like young people are. But when you go across the border in Ohio, you get a lot better pay, get better benefits, and a lot of our teachers go to Marshall in Boone County or WVU, and then they're close to Pennsylvania. It's just competition. My party loves competition. So our teachers on a national level have to be able to compete with other teachers, and we have to be able to help them with the pay and the benefits. So I see that as that is a problem, and it's going to be a long-term problem if we don't fix it. This coming session, we'll at least get the plan to where we know where we stand. And thank you.
Thank you, Mike. And I'm sorry, Karina's not here. You're right, and let me explain it a little bit. The money that you put down was considered a loan. And it's a loan that will be paid back only if the money comes back from the $9 million of bankruptcies that have been declared. So, as Delegate McCuskey was saying, the money that's owed for the properties that's in arrears, that money might come back, and that money might go back to the states. But Boone County is not on the hook for it if the tax money does not come back in. So don't worry, you have a debt out there of the millions of dollars, the $2 million bailout, as they call it. The question about how we take care of it, when we sat down with Superintendent Hudson and Beck and Huffman, we said, well, it's going to be a one-time thing, I'm not sure we can do it again next year. Well, after last week's school board meeting, it seems like we're going to have to figure something out because we might have to do it again this year. And there are laws in place that if the bankruptcies are there and the money's not coming in due to certain bankruptcies, that the money can come from the state. So if the money is, if we have to look into why the money's not there, if it's just because they're not spending the way they plan to spend, that's another story. But if it's really due to the bankruptcies, as we discovered last time, we can get money from the state. As far as the future, I think, as everyone said, we do need to attract a broader tax base here. We can't just raise tax on up here because then everyone's going to leave. But we need a broader tax base. We need more companies here to attract, to be able to pay the teachers what they deserve. Thank you.
Anyone else?
I want to take a stab at this because it's such an interesting topic. Was it your question question about school teachers, and does it have to be the Secretary of State? Nothing. Secretary of State cannot help that job. I want to make sure if I were Secretary of State, that my agency doesn't go off in search of a broader expanded mission and cost more state dollars. I think every agency ought to stick to what it's supposed to do and not go off in empire creating. My dad was a school teacher for about 10 years. Ultimately, we had to leave our home. I didn't grow up in West Virginia. He had to leave home because he couldn't support a family of 5 kids as a school teacher. And that was a real shame because he said it was the most meaningful thing he'd ever done in his life. Now, I will say to sort of philosophical point, talking politics, more candidates and all that, I think that we need to get from A to B, and I don't know the answer, but I'd like to see West Virginia have lower taxes in every field than any of our neighboring states. So we don't have to go to specific businesses and say, here, let me offer you this subsidy for your specific business to come into West Virginia in the name of creating jobs. If we lower the tax rate all over the case, jobs would be sucked in to this state naturally. Because when you offer specific subsidies, you get crony capitalism and specific businesses on the take, and they're interested in keeping that subsidy going. So as a longer-term solution, and again, I'll be the first to admit, I don't know the answer to these budget questions. But we need to keep our agencies strict to their mission and nothing more. And I think we ought to aim, at least as a longer-term goal, to have lower taxes than any other state. So the businesses would be sucked in drawn in like flies to honey, without crony capitalism and special breaks to keep the system going on and on. That's the philosophy I would bring there. I speak out on that, but my job has nothing to do with that question you asked.
My job would have nothing to do with that either. I will say that as a mother of 3, my parents were both educators. Education is very important. And as your state treasurer, I will ensure that we are fiscally responsible and we are doing everything in our power, because I really think education is important, to make sure that we take care of that issue. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Norman Baldwin. I am a disabled coal miner, and this is on the local area question. I have a hard time figuring out why Boone County's real estate taxes has skyrocketed so much. We've got coal miners now, we've got their low time, we're at the all-time lows, coal miners working. Coal miners, retired coal miners losing their pensions, losing benefits, and yet our real estate taxes skyrocket. There's got to be something done to know how to lower our taxes. And when we are, I think I was told, the second highest county in the state, and their economy's dropped to the floor. And this is hard for me to understand. I don't know, does anyone have any idea what we can do to lower our taxes? And it's great, your ideas of what, more business coming in. But right now, we've got to take care of who we've got here, because we're losing too many people too fast. Thank you.
I'd weigh in on that one, Norman. They call it, your taxes are fair market value. You workers around here know there is no fair market value at all, is there? There's no income in Boone County at all. So why does your taxes keep increasing? It's because of the budget system. You got 19 trillion and rising. There's no way that you can pay that. You keep borrowing Federal Reserve notes, which is what? Promissory notes to pay, which is not lawful money. You lost your money. Let's go back to sound money. You know what sound money is? Something you've done away with for years. I told you forgot your way. And the bankers know that Federal Reserve notes is a promissory note to pay. It's a debt note. They got to be borrowed into existence. And when Boone County owes so many and their budget is so high, they got to meet that budget, so they got to raise your property taxes. It's not fair market value. They got to raise that price to meet that budget they never balanced for years, just like your federal government, just like your state government. You cannot balance a budget with debt. If you want something, to own something, you've got to pay for it. I'm pretty sure back there in 1913, Woodrow Wilson signed into law the Federal Reserve Act, didn't he? Huh? And on his deathbed, he repented that he sold his nation. So you can never balance your budget until you get back to a lawful currency. I'm pretty sure the contract stated dollar for dollar at face value, didn't it? A silver dollar sold today in the price of silver, dollar for dollar, Federal Reserve note for dollar, is what? $17 per dollar? Thank you. That's how you count.
So,
Can you state your name? A lot of people in the lobby are asking if you know.
Rusty Kinzer, Assessor, Boone County, turns the law.
so to give you a detailed answer, as the background as to why that happened, as your former delegate, I'm not running again. I'm going to be honest, there's not much I can do about that. But what happened 6 or 8 years ago, they passed a new law, new tax rate. This was under different control of the legislature at this time, that the tax rate needed to be increased. Now, our assessor's office here in this county decided they were not going to do that properly over time. Instead, the auditor came in, they found out it wasn't being done correctly. Overnight, your taxes got raised to the amount that it should have been done gradually. Let me be the first to tell you that I disagree. I think property taxes are probably the most unconstitutional thing that I can possibly think of. I hate property taxes. I despise them. If I had my way, we'd be in a fair or flat tax system, but that's not reality. The reality is, if you want to fix that, you're going to have to get whoever your new legislator is, your new delegate or your senator, to introduce a bill that reverts back to a different system. Whether that be along the same lines as the local economy, they can somehow figure out some kind of formula or whatever, but it's very detailed, very complex. And I'm going to show and be real with you, that is how it's going to be fixed. That's the only way it can be fixed, because it comes from state law.
But why? Okay, we're now where we're supposed to be at the doctor's back then.
Right.
But why or how are we still second? You know,
Correct.
and I don't understand that.
I understand.
So many people say, why Boone County, why is Boone County so?
Right. I agree with you 100%. I feel your pain. And the seat that I'm running for can't do anything about that. Right. But if there's not a person there doing a proper assessment, whether that be because you did something political and all of a sudden they come around to reassess your property or not, I can't answer that question. But we have to have fair audits, I agree.
Okay, I have a question, and I would like everyone of our candidates to respond to this. A couple, 3 months ago, the governor of the state of West Virginia announced a possibility of a proposed industrial park on some property very near to where we're at today, formerly known as Hobet Mining. Today, the governor made an announcement at a press conference with the name of the property, the Rock Creek Development Park. And there's a lot of controversy from people out of this region because of the proposed highway to this property is probably going to cost somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 million. Basically, what I would like to know is, do you support this project, and why or why not? And we'll start, and it's an open question for everyone on the floor.
I'm going to be selfish and go for it. That's okay. I've worked directly with the governor on this project, and I've been in contact with his chief of staff numerous times about the project, and I've gotten your question from fellow legislators all over the state. Are we building a road to nowhere? The exciting thing about the Hobet project for myself, or Rock Creek, as we're going to call it, is if I win the county commissioner seat, I'm going to be able to take it out there and market that site. I'm going to be able to take this site out to Remington, which I work hand in hand with to try to bring it to the county, but because of the actions of our United States Senate, they decided not to come here. That's the really exciting thing about it. I support it 100%. I think that we paid well more than our fair share of coal severance around the entire state, and I think it's time that we bring that back home. So again, just reiterate, the exciting thing for me, running for county commissioner, is that site is going to be available for me to market. And that's what I went to school to do, that's what I've done with my own companies, and that's what I know exactly how to do. And I'm the only person running for the county commissioner seat that knows how to do that.
I'll weigh in on that too. We're got a lot of mountaintop removal sites around. You all probably saw Hobet 21, 22. You've got an industrial park there that has absolutely failed. And you need another one. I'm like Norman said there, I think you people mean more than another failed adventure. Now, if you want to take this wood out of these mountains instead of cutting it in logs and selling it to China or Japan and buying it back in furniture in some of your non-owned corporations here in this state of West Virginia, and start your own corporation, if you want to invest in your own I see some youth up here that I would invest in. And they're local. Look at Danville Lumber. Look at your out-of-state lumber companies booming when your local is going under. You see, if you're going to be in Boone County, you need to be a Boone Countian, don't you? Huh? We don't need another failed Hobet industrial park. We don't need billions in a road. We need these taxes dropped for what we've got right here. We need to spend that money on these people. Let's get them educated. Let's get them built up. Because right there's your future sitting in front of you right here. I'm for the people. And that's why I'm running for assessor for Boone County. We're going to take those out-of-state corporations. We're going to pay the fair share. We're going to drop your taxes. No such thing as fair market value. We'll bring it back to Boone County and Boone County residents where it needs to be. Thank you.
Well, we heard it's great, we heard no way, and I'm kind of in the middle. As I mentioned before, it really annoys me that the state has no idea how much property it owns right now. The state has no inventory of what we're spending our money on. Do we have a need here? We have a great need here. We have a great number of people that need to work. We need to get people to work.